shouted. "Isn't that Charlie Goodman?" It sure the hell was. He smiled back at her from the photo, casual and seductive in a pair of faded Levi's and white shirt, unbuttoned at his throat. She looked away. Maybe if she refused to look at him, she could pretend it was someone else. Someone other than New York Magazine's sexiest mixologist. Someone other than Charlie Goodman. Talk about karma biting her in the butt. Adam leaned back in his chair. "I dare you," written all over his face. "Think your new dating app can handle him?" The on-air light blinked bright red across the studio, and she fought back the urge to give that chair of his a little push. "Absolutely, Adam," she said, amazed by the calm in her voice. Calm was the last thing she felt. Panic, anxiety, assaulted by her own personal shitstorm. Much closer. The host swiveled back in her direction. "Ready to take a risk for love, Cupid?" Jane smiled. "If Adam agrees to sit outside my office on Valentine's Day, passing out conversation hearts and chocolate." "No problem. It's a bet." Jane refused to rehash any more of the memory. Could she ignore the social media surrounding her Today Show appearance? No. Could she undo the wager she'd been cornered into taking in front of an audience of 5.2 million viewers? Again, no. Today was all about damage control. She pivoted to walk down Fifth toward Bryant Park, forced her attention back to the article on her phone, and tried not to pass out. Rumor has it Dates R Us has chosen super stud Charlie Goodman, the city's sexiest bartender according to the annual hot list unveiled in this week's New York Magazine. According to the interview, while the Midtown mixologist is habanero hot, after a breakup earlier this year, this particular New Yorker claims to be a confirmed bachelor. Tough luck, Cupid. Better aim for the heart. Aim for the heart, my ass. There were already 609 comments. Seems New Yorkers had a lot to say on the subject. Or maybe they smelled the blood in the water. She glared at the screen, looking for a loophole, wiggle room even. But no. Damn her for staring at Kathy Lee like a tourist in the middle of Times Square. Unable to take it anymore, she shoved the phone deep into her pocket, only to stop short in front of a local newsstand stacked with copies of the offending New York Magazine. Unbelievable. The man was literally everywhere. Charlie Goodman. He grinned at her from the cover, oozing sex and charm. She sighed. There was no way around it. She'd have to call him the man she'd grown up with. The man she'd fallen into bed with while on vacation in the Caymans 6 months ago. The man whose kiss made it hard for her to think or breathe. Her stomach fluttered at the thought. No. No fluttering stomachs. She balled her hands into fists and kept walking. That kind of passion couldn't be trusted. The brighter it burned, the colder it was when it burned out, and it always burned out. Even when there was history like hers and Charlie's to back it up. Passion wasn't for her. She needed a safe, predictable guy. And during her 6 days with Charlie, nothing had felt safe. If anything, she'd been in a free fall, on the verge of falling hard and falling fast, right up until she'd seen him cozy up to the rum runner girl the very night she'd planned to ask him to give things a shot when they got back to New York. After dumping him unceremoniously via cocktail napkin, she'd made herself a promise. No more free fall. She bit down on her bottom lip. Okay, so it was perhaps a tad more complicated than just seeing him chat up another woman. But she wouldn't go there. They hadn't spoken in 23.5 weeks. They'd ruined their friendship the second they'd slept together, so there'd been no point. Yeah, Charlie had called,